graders, let's go ahead and do 8.1. It says, review and refresh. 2 jars each contain 1,000 numbered tiles. The double box and whiskers plot represents the random sample of 10 numbers from each jar. Compare the samples using the measure of center and variance. Using the measure of center, I see that jar B will typically have a larger numbers in it than jar A. Because the center for B is 6 and the center for A is 3. The variance is going to be the same for both because the range is 5 minus 1, which is 4 for A. The range is 8 minus 4, which is 4 for B. The interquartile range is 4 minus 2 for A and 7 minus 5 for B, which both of these will equal 2. So they are identical. The only thing difference is the center, the measure of center. Now, whether 10 numbers from each jar is sufficient to represent one number tiles, that's for you to go ahead and figure out. So for number 1, I'm going to say jar A's median is 3, interquartile range is 2. Jar B's median is 6, interquartile range is 2. All right, now next we have number 3, represent the ratio, relationship using the graph. If I use a graph of this, well, when the length is 4, the width is 3. When the length is 8, the width is 6. And when the length is 12, the width is 9. So we're going to have a very proportional line here. So as you can see, 4 and 3, 8 and 6, 12 and 9 make a nice straight line through the origin. Number 4 is for you to do. Number 5, rearrange the parallelogram as a rectangle, then find the area. If I was going to go ahead and rearrange this, I would take this part right here, right, and I would bring it over here. And if I did that, the area is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2. That's going to be 12 units square, right? So 12 units square. Let's see, if I'm doing number 7, if I was going to rearrange this, I would go ahead and take this entire piece here, and I would bring it, I would flip it upside down. I would bring this up here, actually, right? And then it would fill in 1, 2, 3 spaces, right? 1, 2, 3, and then it would go over all the way from here to here. So that would bring it here. Once again, we have a rectangle. This time the rectangle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3, and that's going to give us 24 units square. All right, next is number 9 for me. It says find the area of the parallelogram. As we realize up here, we can take the height times the length and find our area. So for finding the area, we could simply take the height, which is 3, multiply it to 6. This will give us 18 feet square. Oh, we're working on 9. I'm sorry about that. So this would be 42 times 20, and that's going to be 840 millimeters square. Let's go to number 11 now. This is going to be 75 times 50, and that's going to go ahead and give us 3,750 centimeters square. Number 13 is 24, okay? 24 by 37 and 1/4. We are not going to take this measurement. That's not the height, okay? So this is going to give us 894, I'm guessing miles squared, all right? Let's go ahead and put in the next one. Number 15 is mine to do. A ceramic tile in the shape of a parallelogram has a base of 4 inches and a height of 1.5 inches. What is the area? Well, 4 times 1.5 should give us 6 inches squared. All right, and next we have number 17. It says find the missing dimensions. This time they tell us the area, and it's 30. We know that this is 6. So usually we multiply the height by the length. So that means we're going to divide the area by the length. That's going to give us a height of 5 feet. All right, you have number 18 to do. Number 19 says you're sewing a parallelogram shaped piece of fabric on a quilt. Uh, the piece of fabric has an area of 320 square inches. What is the height of the fabric? Remember, it says the area is 320. So we're going to have to divide 320 by 20 because that is going to be our length. And that'll give us what the height is. Well, this is really dividing it. Take a 0 in and divide it by 2. So this is going to give us 16. Because 16 times 2 is 32. Should give us 16 inches. 20 is for you to do. Number 21 says you use a parallelogram shaped sponge, which we have here, to create a t-shirt. Area of the design is 66 inches square. How many times do you use the sponge to create the design? Draw a diagram to support your answer. So we have the area, and remember, the area is the base times the height, right? And we know that we have 3 here, right? That's the height. So we're trying to find how long each one of these are, right? If we do that, we're going to, the area of the parallelogram shaped sponge is 3 square inches, right? The area of the design is equal to the number of times you use the sponge to create the design times the area of the sponge. So since the area of the sponge is 3, because 3 times 1 is 3, now we got 66 inches. That was the area of the shape that we have on our shirt. We're going to divide that by 3, and that gives us 22. So the sponge is used 22 times to create this design. And the design would look like this. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. 22 is yours. 23 says each dimension of a parallelogram is multiplied by a positive number n. Write an expression for the area of the new parallelogram. Well, the parallelogram is base times height, and we're multiplying it by n. So we're going to get n squared, right? Because we're going to have to multiply that to itself. Times the base times the height. Or we could just say n squared times the area. 24 is for you to do. It looks like that's all the homework. You have the rest of it. We'll grade it in class. Good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.